Alright, in this video we're going to be talking about the latest car show we just did, meeting just this last Sunday. So hi, my name's Josh. I run Monster Mod Studio with my wife Nicole. We're just a small Pokemon card business focusing on selling Japanese and Chinese booster boxes and, well, some other English card singles, that kind of deal. So yeah, this weekend show, new event coordinator, new space, and same city, so it's not too unfamiliar to us, and definitely saw a lot of the same crowds, same vendors, that kind of deal. Loading's pretty straightforward. Nicole got to come along for this one as well, which is again really great having just a second person there to help just field questions, field just anything, watch the table. It's just very, very beneficial, especially when there's like big trades or big buys that I'm like coordinating or like, I mean, it's and not so much value wise, but just card quantity wise. So yeah, definitely a good time. Obviously, Ascended Heroes just dropped, and so I had a mental prediction on this show that we would sell less sealed stuff. So we don't resell English. So we don't hit up Walmart, Target, clear that out, and then go to these card shows and scalp them. We don't do that. All we sell are Japanese and Chinese booster boxes. So I predicted that our sales on those would be lower because everybody was going to be after Ascended Heroes. And of course, I saw plenty of, all the Ascended Heroes, ETBs, tins, the 2-pack and 3-pack blisters. And yeah, they were charging, I think it equates to like 12, 13 bucks a pack or something like that. So, 2x over MSRP. So definitely a bummer, but yeah, is what it is. Nothing I can do to stop it, and that's panned out to be pretty true. So lower Japanese box sales for us. Not nothing, but definitely lower. So just is what it is. We went in with this one with the most high-end singles we've ever had. So, and by high-end, I mean things either exceeding $100 or approaching $100. So yes, we're still pretty small time, but gotta start somewhere. And I was just being really fiscally conservative. Just having that much money sitting in like one card is mildly nerve-wracking. This is something that I've talked about in like other videos as a challenge to me to get more comfortable with approaching these, higher end cards. So, and we did. We had, we're slowly increasing the amount of high end cards that we have. I would say anything over, $40, we're increasing that to the point of like we could probably now fill our case with nothing but 40 plus cards. So we wouldn't have a lot of backstock if we did that, so we don't have like a ton of them, but we definitely have a good amount, and that's, just kind of a goal is having these. Obviously, we do like vending and all that stuff, but again, the goal for us is we're trying to build that Japanese Chinese booster box online presence. That's kind of like our goal, and we're using these card shows as a means to an end. So we're advertising, promoting ourselves, the products, and trying to garner enthusiasm and interest in Chinese and Japanese Pokemon cards, which, there should be. Everyone likes pulling hits, and everyone likes good card quality. Everyone likes cards that can potentially grade high. So Chinese and Japanese cards offer all of those things. So it's definitely our goal. Yeah, so we had some higher end cards, and they moved. Again, the talk I'm hearing on the PokeTube kind of community is everyone was fearful of the hype being done, but it just seems like the hype is, if it's not increasing, it's definitely, maintaining its level. So I could easily argue that it's increasing. Everybody's moving in. We bought a small collection of English stuff several months ago, and we just decided to cash out on that and move it and take that capital and invest it back into Chinese Japanese booster boxes, and so we had a Temporal Forces booster box that we sold, and a guy who owns his own roofing company bought it. So I mean, this hobby isn't for just nerds like anymore. It's definitely everybody's getting in on it. So, which is super exciting. I mean, why not, man? Pokemon's awesome. So why deny having a little bit of fun in life, trading shiny cardboard, depicting imaginary creatures? Why not? So yeah, booster box sales for us were low. Not the end of the world, but that's why we do the singles, kind of like balances that all out. Moved a lot of singles, did a lot of buying this show. And this is the kind of crazy thing of, you never really know how the market in a space will exist or how it like functions exactly until you're in it. And when we vend our art business, and what we've noticed over the last 6-7 years of vending that is every city's different on what people will pick up. Some city people really like big prints. Some cities like small prints. Some cities like stickers. Some cities like apparel. It all just kind of, every city's just a little bit different. And I would say so far I've noticed that Pokemon's not dissimilar, or like card shows, I guess, are not dissimilar. So and I don't know if it's city, location, time of year, who knows, whatever is hot at the moment, I guess. But if it's people trading a lot, selling a lot, buying a lot, or if they're into singles, high end, low end, if they're into slabs, if they're into sealed. So I mean, so I guess what that really means is if you're going to vend a table, you should try and have like not as much as possible, but definitely diversify what you're selling. So if you're just doing singles, you're kind of missing out on some of the other aspects of vending this hobby. So it definitely behooves us to have a diverse table array of things. So I mean, we're like, basically we have the most, I think we're one of two people that generally sell Chinese and Japanese booster boxes, and right now I'd say we just have the highest inventory. So we're hoping that it'll pay off or whatever, and people, especially as English stuff just gets crazy expensive, and especially around here, the scalping is still intense. It's not going anywhere, I could see, for the foreseeable future, so long as people are willing to buy stuff on the secondary market, stuff that's brand new or still in print. As long as they're willing to pay on the secondary market, that's scalping's not going anywhere. So, but it's fun where we're getting some repeat people who are like, like getting Japanese Chinese stuff is cheaper, it's fun to rip, and like we can get it like for sure. We don't have to fight. I know that in my area there are some fights that broke out during the Ascended Heroes launch, and they kind of staggered it around here. It was like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Different stores and different locations were dropping stuff. And I know some fights broke out or whatever, so I heard some stories from people that like were there and got accidentally involved. So yeah, it's just a bummer. It's not what you want to have going on, you know what I mean? Like, we all want the space to be fun and exciting, so not that kind of exciting. But yep, is what it is. Luckily, so far, at card shows, everybody's pretty civil. So yeah, so we did lots and lots and lots of buying, which was super, I don't know, interesting, I guess. Obviously, selling plenty of cards, selling some of those big cards that, the conservative me is a little fearful to hold, but definitely a good time there. Trying to think of any like big memorable deals that kind of like went on. I mean, we did have a repeat customer come around and sell like a solid stack of Japanese IRs and stuff. So not that we like super needed them, but it was one of those things of like, it like kind of dropped into our lab. And so like definitely nice to help fill out a binder, which we'll probably have backstock now for we have a $2 to $19 binder, and we'll have backstock for that, which will be the first time we've ever had that. So I've had just straight up empty pages because we just don't have that much stock, and now I will have backstock for that, which is crazy to think about. that we have that level of growth. And then of course we were able to generate enough income from this show for our next Chinese order, because I'm like cleaned out of Chinese booster boxes. I think I got 2 total, so everything else is gone. So that's exciting. We'll be expanding a little bit. So I mean, the margin on booster boxes is low, but you know, if you sell enough of them, and that's the ticket, is that it's a volume game. You sell enough, you take those profits, or you reinvest back into this and slowly expand. So we're looking to actually do a small expansion in, like, nothing crazy, but yeah, we'll be able to get more Chinese boxes than we were able to get last time. So good deal. It's all working out for sure. Oh man, anything else? Ooh, yeah. Nicole does crochet, and she's been crocheting for our art business for several years now, and so moving crochet into Pokemon, you know, definitely an easy transition. And so she was able to, she brought like 3 new designs into this one. Crocheting is both convenient and inconvenient with, you know, tiny humans in your house. So it's convenient because you can, you know, like pick it up and put it down, but also when tiny humans are being like excessive, it's hard, it's easy to just kind of like ignore, and you can like leave a project like kind of untouched for a few days. And so yeah, tiny humans definitely slow down like the progress on that stuff. But yeah, so she was able to bring like a Charmander, an Ivysaur, and a Gengar pattern, and you know, those were her 3 newest ones. Like she did the Charmander like day before and was able to bring it. And I mean, there's Charmander love out there, and so somebody picked him up and was super excited about it, and that's like, it's always a good feel. It's the same with anytime somebody's coming in and looking for a specific card, and you have that card, or they're master setting whatever, they're master setting a set or a specific Pokemon, and then you have something that they don't have and that they've been hunting for, even if it's small. Now that's always a fun feeling to help them, you know, one step closer to like completing something. So crochet kind of has that too, or that level of excitement when people, you know, get something that they're really into. Definitely a good time, as always a good time at these shows. We had a couple of repeat customers that were looking for specific singles, so I was able to send out Nicole to hunt those down, and she got 2 of the 3 singles, so that's always exciting. She loves walking around too and like looking at everything. She loves shopping, so like this is like a perfect mission for her here. Like, please go look for these cards for like some of our customers, and she was able to get 2 out of the 3. So, you know, yes, awesome. Mission complete. And then she was able to hunt down, I for some reason have ended up with like 7 of the 10 Japanese attack rares from Mega Dream. And so I'm like, well, I'm literally like 3 cards short of completing a master set on these, so I'm like, I might as well complete the master set. I do actually, they've grown on me a lot recently. And there is the initial like, these are kind of weird, I kind of like the XY ones a little bit more. But now, just over time, I don't know, they just kind of grown on me. I think it has a lot to do with my like background as an illustrator, and then influenced by comics and stuff, and as well as screen printing, which is how all those comics used to get printed before computers and stuff. So there's definitely a lot of art nostalgia in those mega attack rares for me. So yeah, I mean, might as well just finish up the master set, and then I'll work on the English one as well, which I have like 5, so I'm basically halfway done. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, I think she was able to find the last ones I needed for the Japanese ones, so that was super exciting. The Charizard one was kind of the one I'd never seen before, so it would be the Charizard Mega Attack Rare that's in Mega Dream. I've just never seen it. So yeah, she was able to find one, so cool. Got that done. So that's pretty nice. Another perk to having just a second body is when it slows down, I can stay put and then send her off to go, you know, hunt down some cards for us. So yeah, all around, definitely a good show. We're doing increased following from Instagram. You know, we got lots of repeat customers We got building the email list again, and we're getting ready to go to another card show this upcoming weekend. This one will probably be me, but that's all right. So yeah, man, it's all working out for sure. So if anyone is interested in picking up some Chinese or Japanese booster boxes, you can check out monstermoth.com, shameless plug, and we'll be happy to ship them out to you. In the meantime, thanks everybody for watching. See you next time.